If you saw my garden today, you might think I have a big backyard or years of gardening experience. But the truth is, everything started with just a few old pots on a small balcony. At that time, I knew almost nothing about gardening, and I made more mistakes than I'd like to admit. If you're thinking about growing your own vegetables at home, I hope my journey can give you a little confidence to get started. It all started with a few tiny seeds. When I planted my first seeds, I wasn't dreaming about a garden full of vegetables. I simply hoped they would sprout. Every morning, before doing anything else, I'd step onto the balcony. I'd check if the soil was still moist and look closely for tiny green shoots pushing through the surface. Those little moments brought me so much joy. Even today, watching a tiny seed grow into a healthy plant still feels just as exciting as it did the first time. The mistakes that taught me the most. When I first started gardening, I believed the more I watered my plants, the faster they would grow. Whenever a plant looked weak, I'd give it more water or add more fertilizer. Instead of helping, I ended up making things worse. Some plants developed root rot, others turned yellow and barely grew. That's when I realized gardening isn't about doing more. It's about understanding what the plant really needs. These days, I spend more time observing my plants than trying to fix every little problem. The leaves, the soil, and the new growth usually tell me everything I need to know. Why I enjoy growing cucumbers. Out of all the vegetables I've grown, cucumbers are probably my favorite. They seem to change a little every single day. One day, there's only a tiny vine. A few days later, the tendrils are already wrapping themselves around the trellis. Then come the bright yellow flowers. Before long, tiny cucumbers begin to appear behind each blossom. Watching that transformation never gets old. It reminds me that nature grows quietly, one day at a time. Healthy soil makes all the difference. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is that healthy plants begin with healthy soil. Loose soil with good drainage and plenty of organic matter gives the roots the best chance to grow. I regularly add compost and other natural materials to improve the soil, not because more fertilizer always means better plants, but because healthy soil continues feeding the plant naturally over time. From my experience, taking care of the soil is one of the best things you can do for any garden. My pepper plants taught me patience. I've been growing peppers for several years now. One habit I've developed is harvesting ripe peppers as soon as they're ready. I also remove yellow leaves and weak branches whenever I notice them. Doing that helps the plant focus its energy on producing new flowers and healthy fruit. At first, I didn't think these small tasks would make much difference. But after repeating the same routine season after season, I noticed my pepper plants became stronger and produced more consistently. The best reward isn't the harvest. People often ask if growing your own vegetables saves money. It certainly can. But honestly, that's never been the biggest reason I keep gardening. What I enjoy most is stepping onto my balcony every morning and finding something new. A fresh leaf, a flower opening for the first time, or a tiny cucumber that wasn't there the day before. Harvesting vegetables I've grown with my own hands is always rewarding, but the quiet moments spent watching the garden slowly come to life are what I treasure the most. Gardening has taught me patience. It has helped me slow down, and it has reminded me to appreciate the simple things in everyday life. If you're thinking about starting, don't wait until you have a large backyard or the perfect garden. I started with just a few small pots on a balcony. Everyone begins somewhere. Some plants will thrive, some won't. That's simply part of the journey. Every growing season teaches something new. If you're patient, keep observing, and continue learning from your plants, your garden will grow healthier over time. And before you know it, you'll realize you've grown along with it. I hope my small gardening journey encourages you to plant something of your own, no matter how limited your space may be. If you're already growing vegetables at home, I'd love to hear what you're planting. Feel free to share your experience in the comments because we can all learn from each other. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Ngoc Garden. I'll continue sharing simple, practical gardening tips based on my own experience. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.